Hey, Scrapper Names fans, welcome back to another process video. I have this Project Life spread for you today. One where again I have chosen to use my it's an older pocket page or pocket card stash. I think this is a Becky Higgins core kit. I think it's prismatic. I think that's how old it is. It's a few years old. So I had a few colours from the spread to pick from. So sorry, you can hear my girls in the back. Well, my girl in the background. She's got a friend over. So while she's distracted, I'm doing my voiceover. So yes, as I said, so I had a few colours to pick from in the spread, so that's what I went with, but I went with a neutral colour background title card here, just so I gave myself a bit of an opportunity to use whatever colours I wanted to make my title card pop a little bit. So I've used these just simple alpha stickers, and now I'm just going to play around with some embellishing. Now, I am trying to be really conscious of my embellishments and things like that in my family albums. I think that's where this one's going. This is from 2000 oh my god. This is still 2018. Okay, so we're only at the beginning of 2020, so that's okay. I'm halfway through 2018. I'm getting there. I really wanted to have 2018 finished by the end of 2019 so that I could continue working on 2019. Oh my god. Please tell me, peeps, there are people who are still behind in their albums. Oh my gosh. I guess my problem is, so realistically, in my albums, in the way that I scrap, I kind of jump back and forth. So for example, if I'm doing a challenge and it's a mood board and I see the mood board and a picture springs to mind that I know I've taken that would go really well with that mood board, I will print that off as opposed to going chronologically and trying to make a picture fit. Or, I see a sketch and I know that a picture's there. I will just do it. I'm trying to stop. I am trying to stop myself from doing that and just trying to chronologically scrap at the moment just to get these albums finished. But sometimes I just don't feel it. Or if I've had a picture I've taken or it's come up on my Facebook memories and I love it and I know I haven't scrapped it yet and I just feel in the mood to scrap it, then I do it. And that's how I stuff myself up. Please tell me I am really not the only one in this predicament, because when I say it now and I go, I'm only halfway through 2018 and we've just finished 2019, and I think, oh my god. But in essence, I've scrapped some of 2019. So it's okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Oh my god. It sounds dreadful. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's okay. Keep fighting the good fight. Scrapping the scrappy fight. Anyway. Okay, so I did pull out my embellishment boxes, and I am trying to, as I said before, scrap my stash. I haven't really, when I reflected on 2019, I hadn't brought lots of supplies, and I stopped getting my kits. So I don't have lots and lots of new selections and things like that. So these are all, like, this is a reject shop, which is a cheap shop here in Australia, like collection, if that's what you want to call it. So like I went with my little box of goldy coloured embellishments here. So that sort of matched with like the yellow in the teacup here on this photo that you can see. So yeah, I just sort of went with it. There wasn't, I was trying to avoid, and I am trying to avoid just going with a theme here. At the end of the day, I just want to use a bit of my stash up. I'm contemplating whether or not my budget allows for a new scrappy stash for 2020. Kit for 2020, and what I will get, or where it will come from. But I haven't decided yet, or whether or not I will just fires I see. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, so that was my title card and all of my rambling there. So moving on to the next one. This was, I find this card a little bit unusual. You can't really see it, but at the background, it's kind of got these triangular-y kind of pattern to it. Well, there you go, sort of got a glimpse of it then. Yeah, I guess the title of the Corky Prismatic kind of comes with it, but it was a bit unusual, but it was perfect for me to add this photo in the middle and have both colours poking out. So I had a bit of green and a bit of blue, which matched the colours in the spread. A bit of the green in the natural background, a bit of blue, which was throughout also the background, but colours of the kids' clothes and things like that. So gave me more colours to use in the embellishing and what not. Yeah. What am I doing? Oh, trimming it down. I have trouble picking up things off my Jane Davenport mat here behind me, my messy mat. You'll see it sometimes in my videos and sometimes not. It just depends. If I've done like a heap of paint or something mixed media-y and then I forget to take it off, it's very tacky. It's great when you're doing mixed media because you can just like wipe it off and it's really good. So yeah, as I said, sometimes when I have a big clean up and I roll it off so that, because it annoys me sometimes with it sticking all the time and I can't pick things up the best of times with my unco fingers. But yeah. So as you can see, it's like that diamond. You're probably thinking, like, what the hell? But as I said, I wasn't going too much with this theme. I was just using bits up. I was more going with colour and those sorts of things. Just using bits and pieces up and having a bit of fun, making it a bit bright. Because I have all these containers full of like really just bits and pieces. I am contemplating trying to get using. I haven't been in my art journal for ages. I don't have a junk journal, and I don't know if it's a project I want to look into. I certainly don't know how to make one. Maybe sitting down and having a look. It's time is of the essence for me. Sometimes I don't always have time for new projects. Sometimes I just like to do what I have. I felt there was some things missing. It looks still a little bit too plain here. So I just added this little clear sticker. And I think that was it. I added a little banner at the top just for a little bit of dimension to the card. I just, as much as I said, like I'm trying to avoid too much dimension so that there's not too much bulk. Like one of my family like albums, one of the years, there's like 3 albums, and I'm just like I can't do that. Like I don't have enough room. We rent, and packing them all up was just like, it was crazy when we moved, but I just don't have the space. I was like, oh my gosh, for all the albums, because I have the kids' albums and I like having those, as well as having our family albums. So yes. And something that right now, as I'm recording this, it's the 3rd of January, and for those watching, I'm sure those that are Aussie peeps, and even those international, if there is anyone international, I don't know if I've got anyone out there in the world. But right now our country is being absolutely ravaged by bushfires, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. Like it just breaks my heart. It really does. Watching these poor people lose absolutely everything. And it does. It gets me thinking about all of our memories are, in these albums. Well, maybe not all of them, but, and I just think, you couldn't take these with you to pack them up. Like if we've got all of these albums, yeah, like how do you take them all? And obviously, the photos for me are majority backed up on my phone through, like, Google Photos or something like that, or whatever you might use. But what's going to happen? And all these poor people who might have photo albums and things like that. So yeah, I guess it just made me think about, it sounds silly maybe, but how much to put into these albums, and if you want to take them with you, and those things, so you have something to look through. These, when you're sitting in your car, if you're stuck in your car for hours on end in somewhere in the middle of nowhere, or I don't know, I don't know, it might sound really crazy, but I'm just watching these poor people. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, as I said, it is really, yeah, I'm absolutely astonished as to how much our country is being ravaged. Like, for me, as I said, I'm in Canberra and we're on alert at the moment. So my partner and I are going through a process of making sure we have bits and pieces ready if we have to leave, and what our process will be, and watching to see if there's anything around us getting close, and obviously watching for alerts that are coming through the app. But we have people that we know and work with that have families down the coast or have been down the coast, and things like that. So making sure they're safe, and it's just yeah, it's just absolutely amazing to watch how Mother Nature has just taken hold. Anyway, sorry, I'm just, yeah, it's close to home. It really is. So yeah, thoughts are with everyone that are just touched by all of this. Really have. So yeah. Anyway, so we are back to this. Now, this card here did challenge me a little bit. I knew I wanted to put something, a circular element for some reason, under this photo. So I battled with this doily. I thought a bit of gold just to make it pop out a little bit because it was on that darker background. The photo's not great. I didn't want to cover up the actual card itself because it says, I love you, 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 over and over and over again. Then I found this clear sticker and it was perfect. It was another circular element that I could overlay with the doily. It was a nice layering element, but it didn't take away from the card itself, the Project Life card. It gave that layering element. It was circular, and it was a nice colour tone with the rest of the colour palette for the spread. So, perfect find. But I did fight with it, as you can see, a little bit there. We had a bit of a battle as to what I was going to put there. So I was really happy with the way that card ended up turning out. It's tricky when you're using I find it tricky when you're using just your stash. And for me, my desk is away from where my Kallax unit is that I store all my stuff in. If you haven't seen my craft room tour, go back a little while and have a look. You will see it's away from my desk. So I'm a bit lazy. I don't bother getting up unless I have to. So I sort of prep, like especially Project Life spread. I already have the cards because the boxes are sitting on that Kallax unit, and then my embellishments are already sitting in the unit as well. So I kind of grab out everything and then I pop them on my desk ready to film. And I try not to get up and back and forth and things like that because it just takes up more filming time. So yeah, so I had it all there, and so I'm just trying to use what I have, really. So when you're sort of restricted, or when I am restricted, like sometimes I get a little bit stuck. I do have my little craft trolley behind me. It's my Spotlight one, not a Raskog, but it looks exactly like a Raskog. So I can pull from that as well. But yeah, so it is a bit of a battle, and that's what I found. But it as you can see, the spread turned out really fun, really bright and simple. and I really liked it in the end. Now, the colours are a mix of different tones of the base colours, of the blue, the yellow, the green. What else? I think that was it. Oh, a bit of red in there as well. But at the end of the day, and there's some, the greys, the sort of basic neutral tones. But they all worked out. So